Hey y'all, well, welcome back to the channel. So just going to do a quick overview of the front of the Honda ACTY here, because originally when I had recorded this video, apparently I didn't quite start it, start the recording, so I missed the first portion of the disassembly of how to take the radiator out of the ACTY. So anyhow, I'll be including some images from the service manual where needed, and as much other helpful video as I can. So stay tuned and you'll get to see how to take the radiator out of the Honda ACTY, or at least replace it.
And so there's 8 bolts that hold the bumper on. You're going to find that 2 of them are right inside of the door on both sides. There's 2 on the bumper, right on the bottom. And then there's going to be 2 more right in the front of the bumper, as you just saw. One of them is controlled by the covered by the license plate. The other is covered by a little black panel and a 10mm bolt. You take that 10mm off, that panel comes off, and that front 10mm nut is accessible. These are the 2 10mm bolts on the bottom. This is the front radiator guard. There's 2 bolts here on the right side, 2 identical bolts on the left, and then it just drops right down. So the next short portion we don't have video for, and that was removing the radiator, but also draining your fluids. Really all you need to do is drain it from the radiator. You don't need to drain it from the engine block. Removing the radiator is super easy. There's 2 bolts on the bottom and 1 alignment upper mount. Once you remove those, the radiator drops right down. Reassembling the radiator and fan is pretty easy, and also includes 2 of the lower mounts that you need to put back on. Make sure you put them on the right way, otherwise there'll be a big gap when you try to put the radiator back into the ACTY. There's only 3 screws that hold the radiator fan down. 2 of them again are part of the mounts, and 1 at the top.
There we go.
So this is where I'm going to reinstall the radiator, and note I had already attached the upper radiator hose, because trying to access that hose is nearly impossible. So attach the hose now, put the radiator in together. There is an alignment hole at the top, which is pretty snug fitting.
There we go. That's much
But once
better.
you get it in, everything will slide right in place.
Slip that on.
Put your 2 bushings in, and then throw in your 2 bolts. Zip them up with your impact, and the radiator's effectively back in place. Go ahead and tighten it. This is the condenser for the air conditioning. This little tiny thing.
Okay.
I'm thinking about upgrading this. So
There
stay
is a
tuned to a
special tool
future episode of possibly using a Civic condenser in place of the ACTY condenser, because it is really small and it is really hot in the desert out here near Vegas. I think it was 118 this year. So yeah. Now once you get the radiator put back on, hose is connected, clamps all tight, you're basically ready to start filling it back up with water. Now it's recommended that you use distilled water because, you know, tap water and bottled water all have minerals, and you really don't want that circulating around in the system, because it will clog the fins in the radiator and the heater core over time. So there's several different points around the ACTY to bleed air out of the system, and I've attached some diagrams here that'll be a lot easier for you to see than for me to try to explain. Now, there are two right on top of the engine that you can see right here in the video. These are fairly easy to get to. There is another one that is just under the opening there that you can get to. And then I believe, especially for the vans, there's two more down under the ACTY that you remove the spare tire for. But anyways, check out those diagrams. If you made it to the end, really appreciate if y'all click the like, you know, leave a comment, let me know if it was any good, share the video if you're really up for it. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time.